and Belle. Today I'm going to talk with Randy and Monica Smith. They purchased a German Shepherd puppy from me a year ago to this day. And they also got that puppy trained. So in this first portion, this is going to be a two-part interview. We're going to talk about them purchasing the puppy, the things they went through, and the struggles. And then we're going to go into the second portion and we're going to talk about the protection part. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with Monica and Randy Smith. They own Coda. He is a black German Shepherd that they got from me about a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. And he was a pup, and he actually came back and trained with me with protection training, and he still is. And we're going to talk to both of them about the whole experience of getting the puppy, how did he do in the house, the things they went through, and the training portion. So first we'll start with the puppy. So Monica, when you were searching for a puppy, what were you looking for?
Honestly, in the beginning, we kind of had a look in mind. We were wanting a certain kind of look, aesthetic, but then doing more research, we came to the conclusion that we wanted a working line. I really wanted a protection dog, and we were looking for just a high energy, high drive kind of dog. And in the beginning, we didn't know anything about German Shepherds at all, so it was kind of like a learn basis.
Ask him about when Coda, you get him home, he's attached to you, and then you guys have to start the crate training process. How was that for you, with you having to get up early and go to work and all that stuff?
Oh, it was a nightmare. Honestly, Coda was a difficult puppy. He was a very sweet, fun pup to have. But as far as crate training goes and potty training, he was a nightmare. There would be almost every morning we'd wake up to him using the bathroom in the crate. A lot of times I'd have to clean it at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. There'd be times where we would wake up even earlier than that because we can hear him screaming like a banshee, and we'd have to clean him up and do all that. And just happened multiple times, but other than that, he's still fun. Yeah. He's very loving.
And I bring that up because I think a lot of people don't think about that portion when they get a puppy, that they're going to have to go through that phase, and they don't know how reactive the puppy's going to be. Like, some pups just fly through it, and some are just the worst, you know?
Yeah.
And we go in the videos, and we talk about how great he is as a dog, but a lot of times we miss out on the things that wore you down in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a big hurdle that we had to pass through, because it was, and then he left for a month, so I was alone with him 24/7, and he would cry all day, all night. He just wanted to be either held or he had to be touching me in some sort of way. I couldn't use the bathroom by myself. I couldn't take a shower. It was like having a newborn in the house. And it was just every 2 hours, had to wake up, take him to go potty. Throughout the day, every 2 hours, wake up, take him out, feed him 3 times a day, exercise him, take him on little 5-minute walks every day.
Did you forget about all that stuff once you got past it? Did you forget about all of that?
I held resentment for a couple months. I would look at him and be like, you put me through hell. I would walk around the house.
I think most of it was intentional that he was doing. I don't think it was an accident. Like,
no, I think
he understood, but I think it was more or less, you're gonna take me out. You're gonna clean me up. Now he's a water dog though.
Oh yeah, now he loves water because we took him so many baths when he was a puppy. I think we would take him like 8 baths a day.
Right. So, and that aspect of a working dog, you didn't really think about how much work he was gonna really be in the beginning. Maybe you thought he was gonna be like a regular puppy and it was gonna be easy. And I know you have Lucy, and Lucy is a rescue dog, and was it an easy transition with bringing him in with Lucy, or was there some issues there too?
That was pretty much flawless.
Okay.
Lucy basically acted as a surrogate mother for him. Took care of him, played with him.
Right.
Stuff like that, made sure she watched out for him. So as far as that goes, that was pretty easy. As he grew up, Lucy's like his sister now. Like, he couldn't live without her.
Right.
That's who he plays with every day. That's who he sleeps with. He sleeps in the same, like, if their beds are on separate sides of the room, he'll go lay on the bed with her instead of his own.
So I think with the integrating a working dog with a pet dog, it wasn't really that hard. It wasn't a big deal. All right, so this portion of the interview is going to be strictly about the protection part, expectations, and then how their dog handled it, going through it, while they were training and afterwards?
No.
And then when you guys started moving forward and started thinking about getting him trained as a protection dog, like, and both of y'all's were, how much knowledge or information did you guys actually know about this process, or were you guys like trying to watch YouTube videos, or did you like have more information about it overall?
To be honest, most of the information that we got and a lot of the useful information that we got was from you.
Oh, okay.
You taught us a lot, told us a lot, helped us out a lot with as far as having the pup and
Right.
what we should be doing, how we can get it to where we want it.
Yeah, but would you say, like, in your mindset, if someone said, I own a personal protection dog, before you had Coda, before you thought about getting, would you think like this is an extremely aggressive dog that you probably don't want to go around?
Actually, no. Like, we were just like, oh man, like, he could point his finger and the dog would go attack somebody. Like, we thought it was like this mystical, hard thing that to accomplish, which it was. It was a process. We honestly didn't think about
that being
the puppy, the teenager phases, the potty training, the certain foods, we didn't think about. We just thought about, whoa, there's a badass dog.
Right. So you didn't think on the mythical, they're so aggressive and you gotta muzzle them, and you were just thinking, once we get him trained, he's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
We basically treated him as a family dog up until his training.
Right. I got you. So once we started training commenced, was it more informational when we were training, or was it more like, oh, I expected that to happen? Or did you learn more in the process?
We learned more during the process and watching, like, a lot of videos. Like, we watch a lot of your videos.
Right.
Because we'd be like, oh, okay, like, oh, this is cool. Like, we'd scan through and we'd be like, oh, okay, that pertains to that situation. Oh, okay, that's cool. But it was basically like a learn-to-learn basis. Like, we feel like, especially me, like, I would try to look up something or ask a question on Google.
Right.
And it would just be like millions of things. So we didn't know who to listen to, what was going on. So we just basically came in to the training with a clear mind.
Right.
Just basically like, oh, imprint us, tell us what you want us to do, and we'll go from there.
Because I could tell in the first sessions, you guys are kind of, stiffed up, and the leash is kind of like, you don't really have much control over him. If you look at the videos now, you can tell you guys got full control over him. Like, you could put him where you want him to go. He's listening. You can work him off leash. But before it was kind of like, just do your thing. I think that's what he's supposed to do.
That's
now,
what it was.
Right. So now you guys got control over him, and you're actually working him as a handler. So there is a big difference in that. What do you think about owning a personal protection dog? Do you think that it's more of a liability, or he's going to go out and run out and just bite a random person for no reason? Or do you feel like he's more under control?
I think at the beginning, we thought about it a lot.
Yeah, we were
kind
worried about it at first. And then as seeing is like, we have friends coming over and stuff like that, and he still likes to be with them and likes for them to pet him.
It didn't change much.
And we still take him to Lowe's. We still take him to Tractor Supply. We still take him places. He doesn't act any different.
Right.
But now he's more aware, and we notice that he's more aware.
Because you said one time there was a guy walking down your street, like, creeping around, and Coda
immediately reacted.
Right.
Yeah, like, he was walking, I was facing the back way, and he was walking up our sidewalk, and I didn't even notice him. Coda immediately pushed me to the side, got in front of me into a stance, like the way we would do during training, and that's when it clicked. Wow, he's a protection dog.
Right. And then, and it's a big difference when you have a gun on your hip, and then when you have your dog, and then something's happening, and then your dog is, before you know it, they're reacting and they're paying attention before you do, and you're like, oh, you kind of have this, I can sleep at night, and I know if someone's trying to come in my house, my dog's going to react.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
Especially with him being in the military, he's gone. He has 24-hour shifts sometimes, or he's gone for a week.
Right.
I definitely now feel a lot more confident to have, to
leave
the doors unlocked, leave the windows open, because I know he's there.
And he kind of helped Lucy with her confidence too.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's a lot better. She's a lot better.
A lot.
When we got Lucy, she was 3 years old, not potty trained. She was. You can't if you raise your voice at her at all.
Right, she had a history.
Yeah, she'd lay on the floor and pee.
Right.
But after we got Coda, she started to open up a little bit more. She got a little bit more energetic, we take them to the dog parks together. They'd run around there.
Right.
She opened up more and got a little bit more confidence.
Right. 2 peas in the pod. Because I know she got really bad at one point where you're like, you guys, we got to find her a home.
Yeah,
it got really bad.
We almost got rid of her.
Yeah, so
we're glad we waited, because it was definitely a big difference.
Right. I think when people are looking for dogs, they're looking for something that's automated, ready to go. They don't have to do anything. And if you look at the process from all the stuff you guys went through with Kodo as a puppy and getting him settled, and then all the training, you guys did a lot of freaking training. I mean, it was a lot of dedication, a lot of work to come out, train, do the stuff, and then keep at it when he's not. You know what I mean? They keep going forward and keep doing it. I think a lot of people will go training and 2 times and say, oh, well, he should be good, right? But you gotta continue to do it. Do you have anything to say to anybody who's looking to get a German Shepherd, or because some people think they can buy any random German Shepherd and they don't know that they gotta buy a Shepherd that has drive to do that kind of work?
I think definitely you need to pay attention to what kind of dog you're getting. I mean, we noticed that whenever the day that we met Coda for the first time, he was such a confident puppy. He had no fears. He was so sweet. He would come up to us. He would explore. He wanted to go see the world. Immediately as soon as we set him down, he was ready to go.
And all that matters later on.
It does. It really does.
You can definitely tell when they have a high drive as a puppy. They'll be more energetic, they're more playful.
More outgoing.
Yeah, they're more playful. They want to bite. They want to look for stuff.
And you saw that transferred onto the training field.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I've had videos with us doing bite things with him as a puppy, but then when you go onto the training field, it just immediately got up into a system like, okay, I can do this. Where a dog if you use Lucy, she would be like, no.
Yeah, and we definitely, as I think after 4 or 5 months, we encouraged him to bite. We bought bite tugs, we bought toys, we would play rough with him,
right? Because
we wanted it to be easier for him mentally
when he started.
Exactly. And then we would socialize him. That is a big key that I think people don't realize that is super important. You have to socialize
you see why
your
I told
dogs.
you guys that when we were in the driveway when I gave them to you. I said take him everywhere, let everybody see him, get him super socialized so that he starts understanding what normal behavior of people are doing looks like and
what creepy behavior
looks like. So he understands just because a guy's walking down the street means he has to kill him, but the guy keeps coming back and forth means that something's up.
Yeah, we definitely, we took him everywhere. I mean, we took him to friends' houses, we took him to family, we took him on drives, we took him to parks, we took him to Lowe's, tractor stores,
to any stores that we can bring him into.
Right.
Yeah, any stores that we could take him into, we brought him into it. I mean, there was no stopping us. That was a big deal for us. And when COVID hit, we were a little scared because we're like, oh, we're not socializing him as much.
Right.
But since we started so young, it just
it caught
transferred
up.
a lot easier.
He's retained it a little bit.
Right, it caught up.
He's retained it a lot.
So he was able to be, because if he hadn't got it in the beginning and then he didn't get it after COVID, he would have been a wreck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, with his training, though, he has gotten more cautious.
Which is normal.
Around people and just watching, but he's not it's not where our friends come over and that he's watching them 24/7. He's okay with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And now if somebody just randomly enters our house, he's
right. Or someone's just walking up, especially if a man is just walking up on you guys and wanted to come pet Coda. He should be, in essence, a little standoffish, a little aloof, like, hey, are we okay with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we're talking with this, if we're, one day we were talking to our neighbor, we were outside on our old property and we were just talking to him, and then he's outside, and since we were already talking to him, Coda came out, was petting him, let the guy pet him, it was completely okay, but somehow, he knew that there was this other gentleman that was walking by. When he started walking up on me, he knew that wasn't okay.
Right.
He knew the difference.
Right.
So that's when we realized that that socialization plays a big part in it. I mean, you cannot get an aggressive breed and not socialize them, because then you are going to paint that picture. You are going to have an aggressive dog. It's not with just German Shepherds. It's with Huskies, Dobermans.
Trained or untrained.
Everything.
Yeah, trained or untrained. You're just gonna paint that picture of everybody outside the house is aggressive, and a dog's first reaction is, let me get them before they get me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how they think. And I mean, that's their natural defense. If I bite you or scare you, you won't come near me. So that's extremely important. Will you guys both said it, or do you? Well, I'm asking as far as your satisfaction when you got him. Do you think that we met that mark, or there's a little bit more we can go?
100%.
I think we went above and beyond. Honestly, I was expecting it. Like I was expecting it to be a little like not different. Like I was expecting it like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a puppy. It's gonna be easy. This is gonna be the easiest
Right.
thing. But now, I feel I don't know about him, but for sure I feel like a pride. Like we've worked at him.
Right,
It took
you
us
guys
a
did
year. But it took us a year. It took us a lot of hard work, but we did it.
But you guys did it.
Exactly.
I do this all the time. So, you know, Coda's not just a number, but it's, you know, put him to the side. What's the next dog? You guys came and you did it and you hung in there and you stuck and you did it. You know what I mean? Because if they don't come, then we just train another dog. But you guys did it, so I'm super proud of
And
that.
it's definitely a lot of work at home.
It is.
Because if you don't do the work at home, he's not going to perform in the field.
No, and I mean, like you said, I did go through a lot of the videos, and I had a bunch of videos that she sent me of you playing tug with him. You know what I mean? Getting him ready for it. The obedience part with you working with him. So I was like, we need this, but we don't need this as a cut-in. So, but there were a lot of videos of that, and I was like, damn, they really worked. You know, they really did a lot of training. And it, just like we said before, like with King was Coda. That was my nightmare. You know, I was like, you know, you won't stop shitting in the crate. You know what I mean? And then Donnie and Major were like flawless, you know? So I know what pain you went through, you know what I mean? I just would look at King and be like, I don't care. I've watched you twice today. I don't care. You know what I mean?
And you know, I think for sure, I think in the beginning, you were giving us information. I feel like this happens with a lot of people who buy one of your dogs. They get them and they're like, whatever. He told me how to potty train him, whatever. Like, you know, we have our own methods because, you know, we could apply the same potty methods in a regular dog and a working dog.
Right.
And we're like, oh yeah, we don't, like, we kind of played it off as oh, it was no big deal because he had dogs previously.
Right.
I had dogs previously. But definitely...
No, King was special.
Yeah, no, but definitely I would feel like, listen to what he's telling you.
Yeah, no, King was special. And King was the type of puppy that you want to go do some abuse. You know what I mean? He was special, so it was like, I potty train hundreds of dogs. What the hell's wrong with this dog? You know what I mean? And he did the same thing as Coda. So when you guys were calling me, I was like, I know he's something. He's got daddy in him. I know what's going on. Once they get through it, he's gonna be a great dog. But right now, it's gonna be hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we definitely took him to heart because we wanted him to do protection work. We didn't put our hands on him.
Yeah.
We tried so hard not to yell at him sometimes. Right. I mean, we basically kept it as, you're doing such a great job. You're so
Because you have to push that stuff. Because I mean, King would do things like, you know,
don't let me walk out of the room.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, you just ate up all those high heels. Good boy, you know. So I definitely understand that whole thing with Coda and the potty and some of the stuff he was doing because it's just like his father. So yeah, so that is what all we really had. And like I said, a lot of people wanted to know about the pups because you bought one, and then they want to know about training. So it was like a 2 for, you know what I mean? Like, okay, who has 2? You do. You know what I mean? So you did the whole thing, you and Randy, and I just wanted to get you guys over here to explain that to all the people who are thinking about getting a pup for me or thinking about doing training with us, you know, so they kind of get the whole picture of what they expect. But I'm glad you guys like him. We will get back to training soon. And thank you for coming over and doing interviews. Thank you, Randy. You had duty yesterday. So thank you for coming over. And then we're going to wrap it up from there. All right, guys. So that was the interview. And pretty much we tried to get as much information in there as possible about purchasing a puppy, what they expect, genetic traits, training the pup, what they expect, and the whole aspect. So I try to get as much in that review as possible. If you're in the market of looking at getting a protection dog or getting one trained or buying a purchase a puppy, so I try to get as much information in that review as possible. It's probably one of the few reviews you will ever see from a trainer or breeder. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys have any more questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. That's Madison Belle, and you guys have a good one.
When deciding on which new family pet companion to add to your home, Madison Belle German Shepherds provides just that. Healthy, happy, stable, and balanced German Shepherd pups. This is a big decision, so why gamble with unethical breeders? Instead, with Madison Belle, you know exactly what you're getting. Ongoing life support with certified trainers. Our pups come with health paperwork and AKC registration forms. We deliver with above excellence. Our pups are handled with care and imprinted with basic concepts of in-home care while being socialized with small children. So stop overpaying for poor quality bred pups and come get a pup here at Madison Belle. Call us today at 1-912-559-3368. We are located in Hinesville, Georgia.
Madison Belle Canine is a dog training company that trains at the highest levels of protection, detection, tracking, and trailing within the Southeast Georgia area. Our trainers are certified professionals with over 30 years experience combined in the many methods of dog training. Don't trust this level of training with amateurs or self-taught dog trainers. We are located in Hinesville, Georgia, and we offer private one-on-one training with group classes as well. We will train your dog on and off leash, address any behavioral problems, build foundation work in obedience and protection. We also imprint detection and trailing work. If you are desiring any of our specialty training programs, please call us at 1-912-559-3368 and schedule a consultation today.